Hello, family. This is Sean Latula, your certified stress management coach. I have something that's really pressing upon my heart on today. I want to share a little love with my young folks. I've been seeing in the news there's a lot of young folks that's dealing with various issues based on the gun violent acts that's been going on in these various schools. I want to let you know that back in 2000, I produced a CD called Pump Them Hands Up, and it was more of a prophetic message that I was sharing with the youth back then. As we look at 2018, that has expanded. I was trying to share with people back in the day about the way the school systems was, or how the enemy was coming in the school system. And this is a spiritual battle. So don't get it twisted. This is a spiritual battle, but we got to understand that as we pull together, as we work together in one accord, people might have a debate about gun control. Folks on my Facebook page was talking about that. People was talking negative about them as far as praying and talking about the gun control. But I'm here to let you know that as a nation, we have to come together. We got to come together. But these young people, I want to let you know, don't be discouraged. Be encouraged. I want to share this with you. Bullying is a big issue. I never forget, I was going to the grocery store one day, right? And in the front of the line, there was an individual who had just lost their son. The son was about 10 or 11 years old, lost his son to bullying. And when I say lost his son to bullying, the little child was being taunted and was being bullied so much that he took his own life. Wow. How did I find out about that? Because right after they left, the young lady at the cash register with this kind of almost in tears and said, "Excuse me, I'm just a little emotional right now." I said, "No worry about it." She shared with me that the person that was just in the front had just lost their son because of bullying. And I want to let you know that this is a very important situation that people is not talking about. So let's talk about the issues. I'm a certified stress management coach. I want to talk about the issues. Number one, the issues is dealing with bullying. We have to deal with this issue. How in the world that kids are in a school system and they're holding all this pressure in when it comes to bullying, when it comes to one of their peers criticizing them, one of their peers are beating them, or one of their peers are putting violent acts into their mind and trying to discourage them from pressing on and moving forward. That's the problem. Why the teachers not informed? Why the principals is not informed? Come on, somebody. On the school grounds, a young kid, 10, 11 years old, being bullied and nobody not seeing nothing? That's a very serious problem. But we all want to try to come together and want to talk about something when the individual that's been bullied all their life come into a school system and shoot up the whole school. That's the problem. Now we want to talk about gun control. No, we got to deal with the situation at hand. We have to deal with the problem. It's not all about just talking about the gun control. We got to deal with the issues of dealing with individuals coming together, loving one another. Let's talk about our differences. Let's talk about hatred. Let's talk about discrimination. Let's talk about what's going on in the school systems, in the nation, in America, throughout the world. All of a sudden, we can't just come talk about gun control because why? It hit a elite school, quote unquote. It hit a population of individuals they thought that was an elite population. Come on. I'm here to let you know that there is no respect of person. There is no discrimination when it comes to violence. And I'm so passionate about this because my mother was murdered when I was 6 years old. Never once did I had to go to a counselor. Counselor is great because my master's is in counseling. My undergrad degree is in psychology. So I understand about the counseling field. I'm a life coach. I'm a stress management coach. I understand about that. I'm a minister of the gospel. I understand about the concept of counseling. However, I share with people that when I was a kid, never once did I have to go to counseling, because you know what? My grandparents who groomed me up was my counselor. And because I went and studied the trumpet from 6th grade unto college, that was my therapist. Music became my therapist. That's how I got to know myself. That's how I got to know my creative abilities, my creative skills. Through music, it became my therapist. So I want to encourage somebody under the sound of my voice that's listening to this video to let you know that young people, it's time to rise. But listen, rise because why? We need real leaders. We need real leaders to impact these youth. These youth are crying out for help. These youth are crying out. And the thing is that there's always a problem. People want to cry out when the crisis comes. Folks been crying wolf. I need help, I need help. Now that a crisis taking place, now we need some gun control now. Listen, we got to get back to the basics. You know, we got to get back to talking at the tables with the families. We got to get back to going into the school systems and finding out